Oxygen is all around us, yet we cannot see it. It is a fundamental component of the air we breathe, composing about 21% of our atmosphere. This invisible gas is the quiet engine of our world, a silent partner in the dance of life. We draw it into our lungs with every breath, about 12 to 20 times each minute, without a single conscious thought. This constant, rhythmic exchange is so automatic, so deeply ingrained in our biology, that we rarely pause to consider its profound importance. It is a gift from the planet's green plants' oceanic phytoplankton, a byproduct of photosynthesis that has shaped the very course of evolution on Earth. Oxygen is a highly reactive atom, eager to bond with other elements in a process called oxidation. This is the reaction that allows our bodies to unlock energy from the food we eat. In our cells, tiny powerhouses called mitochondria use oxygen to break down glucose, releasing the energy that powers every thought, every movement, and every heartbeat. Without this steady supply, our internal biological fires would dim and extinguish. In the very first second, the world would feel deceptively normal. For the vast majority of people, nothing would seem amiss. You would likely be in the middle of a breath, or between breaths, and your body's immediate reserves would carry you through this initial moment. The oxygen already present in your bloodstream, bound to hemoglobin, would continue its journey to your brain, to your heart, to your muscles. Your cells would not yet know their next delivery has been interrupted. Life carries on, buffered by storage. Your lungs would continue their mechanical motion, the diaphragm contracting to draw in air. But the air itself would be different, composed primarily of nitrogen gas. You would inhale, but receive no life-sustaining payload. Perhaps a fleeting metallic taste, yet no alarm. Machines and engines would still run on inertia for this first tick of the clock. As the clock ticks into the second and third seconds, the change begins to register in our most sensitive systems, the delicate inner ear, governing balance and spatial orientation. Dizziness or vertigo may surge, a confusing, disorienting sensation without any obvious cause. Vision, hungry for oxygen, begins to falter. The retina is one of the body's highest consumers. In moments, some may notice blurring, a dimming, as if the lights were turned down. It is the first sign that oxygen reserves are being depleted. The brain struggles to reconcile conflicting signals. Reflexes kick in, but not helpfully. The body doesn't hold breath. It gasps. People, especially those exerting, feel an urgent need for air. Deep breaths bring no relief. Trained individuals, pilots, high-altitude climbers, recognize hypoxia and would reach for oxygen masks. For most, the feeling of empty air would be profoundly strange, an unsettling signal that something is fundamentally wrong. Across the world, a flicker of confusion becomes the seed of panic. By the fourth and fifth seconds, the absence of oxygen affects the mechanical world. The first to protest, fire. Any open flame instantly extinguishes. Barbecues, gas stoves, furnaces, gone in a breath. A sudden eerie quiet as combustion ceases everywhere. Internal combustion relies on oxygen. Intake draws nitrogen-rich air. Compression heats it. But combustion fails. No explosion to drive the piston. Engines stutter, jolt, and go silent. Jet engines, carefully controlled continuous explosions, flame out. The roar of turbines ceases, replaced by wind rushing over the wings. Trained for engine failures, crews now manage simultaneous flameouts. Airliners become gliders. On the ground, millions of engines fail at once. Cars lose power. Power steering and power brakes become dead weight. Collisions spread. Traffic lights on generators go dark. Highways, rail, airports, civilization's circulatory system grinds to a screeching halt. In seconds, danger becomes widespread and unprecedented. As we cross the halfway point, consequences ripple outward. In hospitals, crisis ignites. Ventilators keep pumping, but ambient air lacks oxygen. Without self-contained tanks, they deliver useless nitrogen. Alarms sound across wards, saturation levels plummet. The brain and heart, exquisitely sensitive to oxygen loss, are immediately at risk. Staff scramble to diagnose a universal failure, exposing vulnerabilities in centralized gas systems. Beyond hospital walls, confusion escalates into panic as gasps bring no relief. In dense crowds, fear triggers dangerous surges and stampedes. Animals, too, suffer. Birds struggle aloft, pets and livestock pant in distress. From the smallest insect to the largest whale, the biosphere confronts a silent crisis. Life that evolved in oxygen's embrace now feels its sudden absence. Social fabric begins to strain under a universal, inexplicable threat. 10 seconds have never felt so long. In the final seconds, secondary effects turn destructive. Uncured concrete contains trapped water. The loss of atmospheric oxygen slashes partial pressure. Water flashes to steam. Non-cured concrete can explosively spall. Bridges, dams, foundations at risk. Oxygen also dominates Earth's crust chemistry, linking rocks, soil, and air. Losing 21% of air by volume mimics a jump to roughly 5,000 meters in an instant. Abrupt pressure shifts can damage inner ears, causing pain and hearing loss. Air thins, scattering changes. Daylight darkens toward twilight hues. Across scales, from buildings to eardrums to the very color of the sky, everything is linked to one gas. At the 10th second, just as suddenly as it vanished, oxygen would reappear. But the world would not snap back. Superheated elements and vapor clouds now meet fresh oxygen. Engines that failed are primed with hot, compressed fuel vapor. The missing ingredient returns, and detonation follows. Explosions ripple through vehicles and generators, igniting widespread fires. Forests, grasslands, buildings, an atmosphere seeded with fuel can birth firestorms. Even survivors face lasting harm. Neurological deficits, lung and ear injuries, and deep psychological scars. Science would rewrite atmospheric models, engineering standards, and planetary protection priorities. This 10-second journey into a world without oxygen reveals a profound truth. The systems that sustain us, microscopic reactions in our cells, and the vast ocean of air, are robust, yet fragile. Our civilization assumes constant conditions, distance from our star, chemical balance, breathable air. As we build closed habitats for space and for resilience on Earth, we honor the complexity our planet provides for free. Can we learn to see the miraculous in the mundane and appreciate the unseen systems that make our existence possible?